Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Minecraft update video for Snapshot 24W20A, and this one comes out on a Wednesday after we've had a couple of Friday snapshots. This was due to some public holidays getting in the way, but now we're back to the regular release schedule for Wednesdays. And just before we get into this one, I want to remind you that Minecraft's 15-year birthday is on this Friday. It seems like Mojang have something planned for this 15-year celebration. The hint was that there would be something happening every day from Friday onwards. One of the known things we're getting are character creator items for free, which is a Bedrock Marketplace feature. So for every one of these 15 days, there's going to be a new item for free on the marketplace. And depending on what else they've got planned, it's quite likely that I'm going to be covering some of these 15-year celebrations in my videos. So if you want to stay informed, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. So, thank you for taking the time to do that. First, in this snapshot, we're going to talk about the Witch. A change to their loot table has been made so that they will always drop redstone dust. Here on the website, it reasons that this is for the viability of farms that use the witch hut to get witches for redstone dust. And as someone who has built these farms, I can say that you will always end up with tons of the other items left over, always feeling like you need more redstone from it. So previously you used to get between 0 and 2 redstone, and for each level of looting you could get 1 additional drop. So looting free would be 0 to 5. But now in this update you'll get a minimum of 4 all the way up to 8, and if you've got looting level 3 you can get as much as 11 from a single witch. And as a redstoner who spends many nights AFK at my witch farm, I gotta say this is a really welcome change. Next up, a sound change for pistons. The reasoning here, this was done to address the long received feedback on the old sound being too harsh and loud, creating very noisy redstone builds. And once again, as a redstoner, I completely agree. However, I'm not too keen on the new sound. Let's listen to it. And of course, we're going to do a before and after comparison. And let's hear that new sound again. It's quieter, it's not as invasive, and for those reasons it's definitely better, but I just feel like this sound is missing some sort of character. Anyways, we'll probably get used to this with time and not even think twice about it. Oh, and this was sent to me by Crafty Masterman after I was done recording this video. Let's check it out. Yeah, so the volume is an improvement, but dang, a lot of pistons firing at once sounds really yucky with this new sound. I gotta say it, yeah, I think I'm not a fan of this. Now, heading back to the swamp, the spawn rate of the skeleton has been reduced by about 30% inside of this biome. That's to give a better chance for its bogged counterpart to spawn. And now when shearing a bog, the mushrooms pop off at its head instead of at its feet. And the game rule do mob loot when set to false would stop you from shearing the bogged. So now if you play with this game rule on, you'll be able to get mushrooms from the bogged. In other changes, player attributes and effects that can be applied to them have been improved. Active effects and modifiers are kept when changing dimensions. And any custom set attributes on a player are now kept when they respawn. And many times in this game have I traveled between dimensions only to lose the night vision effect that I had on, so it's nice to see this improvement. So I mentioned this was a smaller snapshot, and when it comes to the technical changes, we got more under the hood changes, but only a handful of them with this one. From what I can tell, they don't really impact the survival or creative experience of this game, which we tend to cover here. So let's move on to some things that I missed from last week's snapshot. The fire aspect enchantment could be used on candles underwater to light them, which was classified as a bug and can no longer be done. And with signal strength 11 into a skulk sensor, you'll be able to detect the lighting of candles with a fire aspect enchanted sword. And since it popped into my head, I just had to do this real quick. Check it out. The candle gets put out, we can activate it again. That's a pretty cool little way to activate a contraption. I'd also missed that tooltips have been improved. Check this out. So here on the iron boots, it shows us the effect that it has when we have armor on our feet, our legs, or our head based on the enchantments that we have. So it explains exactly what those enchantments do. Here's an example of it showing you what happens when you have the fire protection for the burning time and then also blast protection for the explosion knockback resistance. Sweeping damage ratio is the one that shows up if you've got sweeping edge on a sword, and efficiency will now translate to mining efficiency on a pickaxe. But due to the new enchanting system, if you have a custom item, let's say it's not a pickaxe but it's got efficiency on it, that item would then tell you that it has that effect when you use it. And last snapshot we covered how density and breach were no longer compatible, but this is also true of other damage enchantments like Smite and Bane of Arthropods. It's not compatible with breach or with density. Of course, you can put Smite just onto a regular mace. So all of those are now incompatible with one another when put on a mace. And last of all, there's the bugs. Only these three were related to older versions of Minecraft. Everything else is from the latest snapshot cycle. So with a smaller snapshot, some bugs focusing on the latest round of development, I think we might be getting closer to a pre-release or a release date. But I said that a few weeks ago, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. Thank you for watching this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon with another. Bye-bye.